We all make choices about how to compete, where to compete, what resources, time, energy, focus we choose to apply. Now, we may know how we're being measured and we may not. Our challenge is to make sure we're prepared. Our challenge is to make sure that we have done everything we can to increase our capability and the chances that we too will have the will to win.
The work ethic that you have to have in bodybuilding. There's so much that goes into your training, your diet, your supplementation, your rest, and all of that you have to be putting in not just 100%, you have to be putting in 110% all the time if you want to be better than everyone else. So just like with bodybuilding, I'm trying to beat all the other bodybuilders. Business wants to do better than other competing businesses. So the business that's putting in that extra bit of work is going to have an advantage over one another. I trained every day, sometimes 4 times a day, just trying to make sure that when we did our fitness tests in school, that I'd be beating everybody. And it sounds very selfish, but that's my drive and motivation. So I don't look at it as a negative quality because I'm not trying to display that in a sense to people where you're being cocky, if you know what I mean. But that's where the underlying drive for me is to be better. Your body is the most important resource that you have. If you have all the time, all the money, all the best training advice in the world, if you don't have a good body and you abuse it, then you're not going to get anywhere. I'd say the biggest mistake that I see potential bodybuilders or anybody is going and trying to do a lift or something that they can't do. It's setting attainable goals, and once you meet that, move on to the next goal. I think for a lot of new lifters, they're trying to go straight to that 500-pound bench press, and what ultimately happens is they injure themselves that may turn into a chronic injury, and they're not going to be able to treat, and they've just ended a potential bodybuilding career. Monday through Friday, I'm eating clean every day. I'm following a very strict diet regimen. So on a Saturday or a Sunday or middle of the week, it doesn't bother me if I have a craft beer or if I have a fatty steak, because at the end of the week, you're still eating clean the majority of the days. One of the difficulties with this is that ultimately what I think looks good may not be what the judge who's going to be critiquing me on stage is going to think is good. And that's just the subjective nature of this. And that makes it all the more important to set the stage in a sense and bring on stage a physique that is going to just wow the judges. So as far as me and making my measurable goals, it's the weight that I'm lifting in the gym. If I am increasing my weight and at the same time my body weight is staying the same, it means that I'm getting leaner. It means that I'm putting on muscle because I'm getting stronger. So that's going to equate to a better physique. The body hair is definitely something that is not necessary if I'm not competing, but when you get used to it, it's just something that when it grows back, it's a nuisance then. What gets me into the gym on those days that I don't feel like it? Well, I don't have those days. You don't have these days that you just don't feel like coming in, because that's what you're striving for. That's your goal. That's what you look forward to in a day. If you love your job, you don't ever work a day in your life. And even though that this is work in a sense, it doesn't feel like work because that's what I look forward to every day.